know, Dorothy, I was thinking how wonderful it is to have a pig living here. This morning I was all snugly warm under the covers, and I opened my eyes, and there was Baby fast asleep at the foot of the bed, like a sweet angel.
That is sweet. Rose, how long do you think it'll be before the pig is dead? And you fell for that old excuse.
Has either of you girls seen Marguerite?
She's not here yet.
I wish you'd look at this. She melted my buttons with the iron. Now I'll never be able to open my blouse again.
A dark day in the history of mankind.
So what with our busy careers and full social lives, we felt we really needed a full-time housekeeper.
What do you think of our home?
Lovely. Last place I was had bars in the windows and a big wall with guard dogs.
Sounds like quite a security system.
The best. San Quentin.
Right before we boarded the plane, you threw yourself on the ground, kicking and screaming.
Was a little embarrassing.
I'll say you were 48 years old.
Well, it's all behind me now. I'll tell you, I really feel very comfortable on planes.
Good, because you'll probably have to take a dinky little plane to the Bahamas. They flutter, they shimmy, they wobble. You got a lot of guts, Dorothy. I'm proud of you.
Oh, thanks, Ma. Please don't let them take me.
I want to watch MTV. Yeah!
We can't watch television. We're on a camp out.
No, we're not. We're in your living room. The camp out was called off. Remember?
Well, the rain doesn't have to spoil our fun. There's nothing we can do outside that we can't do right here.
You promised us we could pee in the woods.
Get away from that couch.
I'm Rose Nyland.
Oh, boy.
I'm the one who wrote the letter.
Oh, boy.
I guess there's been some kind of misunderstanding. But a Sunshine Cadet never lies.
I have two announcements. This press conference is canceled, and I'm proud to be the newest citizen of Miami. If anyone wants to reach me, my name is Dave.
Are you trying to tell me that people like you better now because they think you went to bed with a gorgeous, intelligent woman?
Here, see for yourself. This is today's poll. Blanche, I never expected that they would figure out it was you in that picture. I felt terrible when they did.
Well, how do you think I feel? People think I slept with you. Well, what's your hurry? Why don't you come in for a nightcap?
Oh, I don't want to put you out.
Oh, I like to put out. I mean, it's no trouble.
You've looked up to me, and you've envied me for everything I have. That's why you want to marry Dorothy.
Marry Dorothy? What are you talking about?
Come on, Acapulco, the El Presidente. You're planning something big.
Well, yeah. I met this great-looking stewardess on the flight out here, and I asked her to go to Acapulco, and she could only go if I found a sitter for her 2 kids. Hey, I'd really appreciate it.
I don't care if Floyd McCallum does own the most successful pet neutering business in Greater Miami. As of this minute, I am never speaking to that low-down scuzzball ever again. He changed his mind.
These are my tax receipts. Our future is in this bag.
How appropriate.
Hi, girls.
Hi, Stan.
Blanche, you look great in that blouse. Are those new? I mean, is that new?
Stanley, you naughty boy. When was the last time somebody gave you a spanking?
Vegas.
Dorothy, I hope you didn't fix breakfast for me. I'm not eating home this morning. Someone's buying me breakfast.
Someone?
Okay. Quit badgering me. It's Alvin.
Alvin from the boardwalk?
No, Rose, Alvin from the Chipmunks.
We're talking about the sacred institution of marriage here. Are you willing to sacrifice the happiness of these 2 kids for the almighty dollar?
Yes.
I just want to be sure we were in agreement.
All right now, let's let the dance marathon begin. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Blanche, you're not going to believe this. I just twisted my ankle. I'm not going to be able to dance.
No, you have to.
I can't believe you forced me to dance all night in pain. I mean, if you win, you said you were going to take all the money. What do I get out of this evening?
Does anyone around here ever go to bed?
I can't sleep, Ma. I can't work. I can't eat. All I can do is think about how I'm going to raise the rest of that $2,500.
I wish I had it, Pussycat.
Oh, I know, Ma. If you had it, you'd give it to me.
Don't put words in my mouth. I said I wish I had it.
I spent the rest of the evening going in and out of consciousness while a guy with a silver tooth and a scorpion tattoo on his arm tried to grope me through the Vicks Vapor Rub.
Oh, stop your complaining. Mike was a very nice man.
He burned down a diner in Arkansas because his eggs were runny.
Blanche, I think you owe Dorothy an apology.
Oh, shut up, Rose.
Don't you tell me to shut up.
Okay, I will. Shut up, Rose.
I'm taking the dress back.
So?
So I'm sorry I lost my temper before. And Ma, I really would like you to go with me and help me pick out a dress. What do you say?
What do I say? I'm your mother, Dorothy. I was there for you when you needed a communion dress. I was there for you when you needed a prom dress. I was there for you when you needed a wedding dress. And frankly, I'm sick of it. Buy your own damn dress.
Take that back.
I will not.
Yes, you will.
I will not.
You will too.
No.
Girls, what is going on here?
Nothing. Rose just stabbing me in the back.
I did not.
She's been posing for Laszlo, too.
He asked me to.
I sure don't know why. He could go to SeaWorld if he wanted to see a naked whale.
Or to your bathtub.
Ma, why don't you see what's keeping Blanche?
Mama.
Rebecca. Oh, honey. Oh, let me get a look at you. This could take several hours. Is Jeremy coming over in a taxi, or is he driving the rental car to the airport?
He's taking the car.
Well, that's good. Oh, I guess this is it.
Oh, I hate these moments.
Me too. I never did learn how to say goodbye.
Oh, there's so many ways to say farewell. Auf Wiedersehen, arrivederci, adios, hasta luego.
Get lost.
See, there's another one. Good, Dorothy. I pointed out that a frown is just a smile turned upside down. So from then on, whenever I go by, she'd stand on her head and wave. That is one of the stupidest stories I've ever heard.
Who's got the cuter girlfriend, me or Hitler? And you always had to answer Mussolini. Otherwise, they forced you to play the lightning round. They used real lightning.
Oh, come on, Ma, you're making this up.
Like hell I did. Goodson Totman brought it to the United States, changed a few of the rules, and called it Tattletales. Now count your blessings and go to sleep. Good night. Don't you dare talk to him like that. I invited him for dinner.
What?
I love your toupee, Stanley. Is it new?
Yeah, the guy at the shop calls it the Dan Rather model. You think it makes me look more intellectual?
Oh, absolutely. By the way, Stanley, your flyer's open.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed.
Don't worry about it. I hear that Dan Rather has the same problem.
Embrace me, my sweet embraceable you. Embrace me, you irreplaceable you.
Dorothy, I just had a terrible nightmare.
Oh, what was it?
This. All right, Rose, have you finished writing my campaign speech? Check. Sent out the invitations for the party?
Check.
Made my appointment to meet with the refreshment committee?
Check.
Good.
You know, with all the work I put in on this campaign, I might as well run for fashion show chairman myself.
Blanche, what are you doing? I thought we agreed we weren't going to read any more of Rose's diary.
That was only because we couldn't pry the lock off again. Then I remembered we had these pliers in the tool drawer. Gangway, old people coming through.
It turned up 3 days later.
growing up, Dorothy. I'm afraid I'm responsible for making Al do something he really doesn't want to do.
Well, so what? Maybe you were responsible, but it got him up off his duff. What's wrong with that?
Absolutely the best thing for him. And the best thing for you, Rose. Listen, have you even considered taking him up on his offer?
Oh, no, I couldn't. I have responsibilities.
Rose, haven't you ever done anything just wild and crazy and impetuous?
No, I'm from St. Olaf. Blanche is right. The same thing happened to the Vigbotters back in St. Olaf. You see, Gretchen had this thing for Buddy, but Mr. Vigbotter didn't approve. He did his best to keep them apart, but one day he came home early and he found Gretchen and Buddy in, how will I say it, a most indelicate situation.
What did he do?
Well, he yelled at them to stop, but they wouldn't, so he turned the hose on them.
Tuesday, it's Mr. Policeman. Thursday, it's Mr. Mailman. And he wonders why he can't have his own series.
Well, shabba-dabba-dab.
Dorothy, I read your memo. I like the way you think.
Well, thank you, Mr. Hastings. Thank you very much.
Oh, you've got a lot of modern ideas for a woman your age.
Oh, you're just saying.
No, I mean it. I really think you're old.
I'm going to put it right here on the coffee table.
It's from Dorothy, too.
If I had to thank her, I'd choke on the words.
Please risk it.
So tell me, Stanley, how are things at the novelty store?
Just great, Ma. Couldn't be better. I was salesman of the month.
And I'm sure that you'll be proud to know that the name Zbornak has become synonymous with plastic vomit. What?
Salvador and I would like you to move in with us.
Forget it. I am not moving in.
Why not?
Let me tell you a story. Picture it. Sicily, 1881. A beautiful young peasant girl.
Mama, not another story.
Sophia, come closer. Hey, I didn't hear you get up.
I never went to sleep.
Now look, Rose, this has to stop. Now you have been carrying on for a week. It was only a toy animal.
Fernando was more than that. He was full of life. He was full of love.
He was full of stuffing, Rose. Hello, Miami Mom's Catering. It's Ramon.
Tell him he's the scum of the earth.
She says that you are the scum of the earth. But she said it with a lot of love in her eyes. He says he's sorry.
Did you hear that, Don? He's sorry. So I guess that settles everything. Okay, good night, and we'll see you at your wedding.
Yowza, 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 ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 13th annual Jefferson Hospital Heart Charity Dance Marathon. Yes, sir. One word of caution before we begin. Contrary to what some folks thought last year, this marathon is not part of the cardiac rehabilitation program here at the hospital.
Rose, I thought we decided that pig was going to stay in the pen out back.
Oh, he didn't like it there. It was too confining. Oh, baby's a free spirit, a wanderer, a rebel. You know, in a lot of ways, he reminds me of Jimmy Dean.
The actor or the sausage? Morning, Rose.
Hi, Dorothy.
Rose, why are you cleaning the kitchen? This is Marguerite's job.
Dorothy, I know exactly what you're going to say, but I talked to Marguerite on the phone, and this time she has a really good excuse for being late.
Oh, fine. What is it?
She had to go pluck a hair from the chin of a dwarf.
What about this painted rock that you put under my bed?
Oh, thank God you found it. This is very special to me. It was the first wage I ever earned.
Ma, they paid you in rocks?
Hey, don't knock it. To this day, in some parts of Sardinia, 2 of these will get you a veal and pepper sandwich.
What's the point? I can't do this.
Of course you
Honey,
can,
you were
Rose.
doing just fine.
Well, that's because you were here. Tomorrow I'll be out there all alone, staring at my relatives who'll be ready to hoot and snicker at the first crack in my voice. They'll think I'm an idiot.
Please, it's family. They know you're an idiot.
Well, the Indian cries out from his heart. That's the worst kind of crying.
My father's a surgeon. That's physiologically impossible. How can we be drawn into the story if you're misrepresenting the facts?
Honey, it's a make-believe, scary campout story.
Ooh, real scary.
You want scared, kid? You keep it up.
Which one is Little Rose?
This one. This is Little Rose right here.
I will inform the press we're about to begin.
This is so embarrassing.
Don't you worry about it. Now, look, we'll just let Linda read your letter. Nobody will be the wiser. Come on, Linda.
Is it all right, Mrs. Myron?
Gee, I don't know. I guess so.
Good. I was afraid I wouldn't get my moonbeam badge because you said a sunshine cadet never lies.
Yes, this is Blanche, and how did you get this number? And better yet, why am I even talking to you? I don't like you. Matter of fact, I hate you. You can just tear up my number and then go climb back under your slimy rock with all the rest of your slimy friends. And don't you ever call here again. Dorothy, call Stan.
Well, we better get going, Ted. We want to get a parking space at the nude beach before all those perverts show up.
See you tonight, Doctor.
Well, that was pretty embarrassing.
I know, Dorothy, but what could I do? He just practically threw himself at me.
Ted, I think there's something you should know about Dorothy. She snores like a freight train.
Who cares? She's still a great gal.
Hey, Guy, you're a wealthy doctor. You could have gorgeous women crawling at your feet. Why waste your time with Dorothy?
Stan, I think you're a little out of line.
I'm not knocking Dorothy.
Oh, what would you call this? A testimonial?
Will you ladies join us?
What are you making?
Linderhoven.
What's that?
Oatmeal. It's usually served with a cracker made from yak intestine.
Of course, yak snacks.
Okay, Rose, I'm ready for class.
You look like you're going to a cocktail party.
Sí, mucho bazumas.
Well, gracias, honey.
Hi, it's me, Stan.
Come on in, Stan. Oh, it was so thoughtful of you to bring garbage.
Boy, did you just miss a real gem.
Poor Dorothy, what are you doing up again?
I can't sleep. Every time I close my eyes, I see Uncle Sam going through my purse.
Still worried about the money you owe the government?
Oh, no, Blanche. I'm worried about whether Michael Jackson will be able to buy the remains of the Elephant Man.
Really? Gee, I'd be worried about the money.
Dorothy? Dorothy? She's out cold. A fever takes a lot out of you.
Come on, Sophia, help me get her into the bedroom.
I think she's comfortable here.
Oh, all right. I'll just prop her up a little. Mike's not that particular. He just got out of prison. I'll probably just grab some dazzling little number from my closet that these people have not been privileged to see. Maybe the red sequin strapless, backless, low-cut mini.
Why don't you just tie a scarf around your waist? Oh, Ma, good news.
They changed the flavor of Haley's M.O.
Hi, Blanche.
Oh, I am so mad.
Blanche, I can explain.
Explain what? It's got nothing to do with you. It's Laszlo. I just saw some of the sketches he's been doing of me, Rose. He never lets me see them. So today I looked through his things and I found some. They're horrible. The hair's all big and frizzy. The body's all droopy and saggy. The woman in those sketches is a dog.
You'll have to forgive my mother.
It's just that we didn't expect you to be this fat.
Becky, it's a pleasure meeting you. I'm Dorothy. This is Rose. And this is my mother, Sophia.
It's nice to meet y'all.
So, Becky, what brings you to Miami?
My guess is a small barge.
Look, the only reason I came over here was so you wouldn't cause a scene at the chow wagon when I fired you.
Fired us?
You heard me. And no story you could tell is going to change my mind.
Not even the one we could tell your father about how his car got dented while you were doing wheelies and not while it was sitting in the parking lot?
You wouldn't do that, would you?
Hey, she's your grandmother. Has she ever lied to you?
Well, there were already 3 other people in town. But that's beside the point. One day, I got up the courage to go up to mean old Lady Hickenlooper and ask her why she always frowned. Well, she had been born with no smiling muscles.
We're gonna go on national television in clothes we slept in all night.
We'll look like hell. We'll be exhausted. We won't be able to answer any questions.
Oh, would you stop complaining? We've got it easy. Back in Sicily, I was on a game show. It was torture.
What was it called, Sophia?
I just told you, torture. Mussolini asked the questions, and you better have the right answers. Things like, who do you like better, me or Hitler? And it takes 16.
Ma, the only time you make lasagna al forno is for funerals and favors. Now, you're not wearing black, so what do you want?
Nothing. Dorothy, you're a sick, suspicious, paranoid person. Stan, my favorite ex-son-in-law.
No.
I've got a crush on you, sweetie pie, all the day and night time. Hear me sigh.
Oh, Stanley Zbornak, I don't believe that you're trying to charm me.
Is it working?
I don't think so.
Then you leave me no choice. I'll have to pull out the big gun.
You're wasting your time, Stanley. I'm familiar with the big gun. Did they ever shoot a herring out of a cannon?
Only once.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Ma's been feeling a little down lately, so I invited her to play golf with us.
Oh, wonderful. Glad to have you along, Sophia.
I know.
So, Sophia, tell me, have you played much?
Have I played? Have I played? Have I played what?
At first, moving in with them seemed like a good way to save money, but it's just getting out of hand. If one isn't keeping me awake all night with her squealing, the other one is belching in my face. You do that sometimes, Dorothy. After you've had a Denver omelet.
We clinked the glasses in a toast, and Stan gave me a coy smile, and I winked at him, and then I just downed the champagne in one gulp. And it didn't go down smoothly. Later, Stan told me that he put my engagement ring in the bottom of the...
Of course I'm upset about Al. I don't know what to do.
Well, I know what I'd say if a man asked me to sail around the world.
Please, you can't get anybody to ask you out for a cup of coffee. Sail around the world. That'll be the day. In fact, there's a line waiting around the block. We'll have to install one of those ticket machines like they have at the bakery. Around the world, yeah.
I get the picture,
Rose, that's Lorraine, you idiot.
Lorraine, I'm terribly sorry.
Oh, that's all right. A lot of people are confused by the age difference. You see, I am 44 years old.
Wow, this is great. I was afraid we wouldn't have anything in common.
Don't count on that job, Dorothy. Many women have had their hopes dashed by smooth-talking TV sharpies. Dave Garroway told me if I treated him right, I'd be his sidekick on the Today Show. I said no, and he ended up with a monkey. Draw your own conclusions. Hey, Alvin, I have an enormous veal and pepper sandwich here. I couldn't possibly finish it. You want half? I made it fresh this morning.
Sounds more interesting than the tangerine I got.
Prepare yourself for a rare treat.
Hey, I don't even know your name.
Sophia Petrillo.
Italian?
Take one bite of the sandwich and you tell me.
Priscilla, you're getting married tomorrow. You should be in bed.
There's not going to be a wedding.
The hell there isn't. Sorry, dear, you were saying...
Ramon and I had a fight. I decided I'm not going to marry him.
Oh, honey, now that's ridiculous to call off your wedding because of a silly little argument. What did Ramon do?
He slept with my best friend.
We're going to eat chicken for the rest of our lives.
Well, let me give you a little friendly advice. You're wasting your time. Because that $1,000 prize is going to be mine. When I was younger, I was known as the dancing fool.
How old were you when they dropped the dancing part?
Hi, Dorothy.
Hi, Ma.
Dorothy, how do you make your voice do that?
Here, honey, I picked up your new glasses.
Oh, thank God. Now I can see. Oh, wait a minute. These are no good.
What, are they the wrong prescription?
No, the wrong frames. I specifically asked for Old Lady Smoky Gray. These are black. I look like Buddy Holly.
Right, maybe she's a little lax in the housework.
She is more than a little lax. She's habitually late. She's broken quite a number of glasses, and she threw out People magazine before I had a chance to read it.
But, Dorothy, look at all the wonderful things that have happened since Marguerite started working here. Blanche is dating Norman. You're sleeping better than you have in years. And Sandy Duncan is finally back on TV.
Is that what this is all about? You think I put a curse on you? Well, it's true. You got mad at us for firing you. That's why you reversed that love potion you gave me.
Honey, that wasn't love potion. That was Chanel number 5.
I'm not buying that. Dorothy uses Chanel number 5 all the time, and she never attracts men. Blanche, if you'll stand over there by the barbecue, that's where Aunt Liv will be.
Where should I be?
Right there. That's where Uncle Gunther will be. Oh, and it would help if you'd hum.
Is that part of the Viking funeral?
No, Uncle Gunther just hums a lot. If he has something important to say, he spells it out in salt. Unless he's quoting a song by the Four Tops. Then he spells it out in pepper. The ghost of the headless Indian roams the forest, crying out, "Where is my head? Where is my head?"
If the Indian doesn't have a head, how can he cry out?
Maybe he talks out of his behind like Cadet Master.
Why not?
Because they will use it as a propaganda ploy to convince the whole world that all Americans are as dumb as Rose. And that would rock the very foundation of our government, undermine our great leaders, and potentially topple our entire democracy.
Rocky IV had a profound effect on you, didn't it?
Yes, this is Blanche Devereaux. Yes, that Blanche Devereaux. And no, I did not. Absolutely not. I will tell it to a judge. I will yell it from the highest mountaintops. I will swear to it on a stack of Bibles. Now, did that sound like a liar?
No. It sounded like Jim and Tammy Faye on Nightline.
Love your shirt.
Nice segue, Blanche.
You know, I've never met a neurosurgeon before. I would love to hear more about your work. How about 8 o'clock tonight?
Well, that sounds good, but I think Stan might have something planned for us.
Well, I did have ringside seats at the Mud Wrestling Palace, but hey, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Elegantly put, Stan.
May I cut in?
Oh, hell.
Hey, Stan, it's good to see you. What a coincidence, huh? Look, I'll be back at the table. No, it's okay. Hey, we've got all night. You two enjoy, huh?
Gatling, party of 2.
Dorothy, you're not moving. It reminds me of our wedding night.
Oh, morning, girls.
Morning.
Hey, what got you two up and out so early?
Oh, I wanted to show Sven as many of the sights as possible today.
Did you get a picture of him with that Mr. Whipple cut out at the A&P?
Buenos dias, Dorotheo. That means hello, Dorothy, in Spanish.
You've really taken command of the language, haven't you, Rose?
See? That means yes.
Gee, Rose, if I closed my eyes, I'd swear I was in Ecuador.
Sorry, that was me.
What'd you do? Shortchange somebody down at the feed store?
Worse. I fed BBs to my prize lamb Harlan so he'd weigh in heavier at the county fair.
Oh, my God, Rose, how do you sleep at night?
I knew it was wrong all along, but I wanted to win first prize. And I would have if Harlan could have held it just a little longer.
The second and third were vodka.
No wonder my head is spinning.
This one's part amaretto, part sambuca. That should kill everything. killed your father.
Hi, girls.
Hi, Rose.
Oh, Dorothy, is that your dress for the museum fundraiser?
Uh-huh.
Well, let's see it.
Oh, all right. But I warn you, it is very simple. Huh? What do you think?
I think you're my best friend, so let's change the subject.
I think it's beautiful. It's exactly what I would have picked.
That settles it. It goes back tomorrow. Except for this whoopee cushion.
Well, you will not believe what happened to me today. I still do not believe it myself, and you won't believe it either.
What, Blanche?
I don't want to talk about it. Oh, gosh, I can't do this. I'm not ready.
Blanche, come back here.
I need more time.
It's been 4 years.
Well, I need 5 more minutes. I just need 4 years and 5 minutes.
All right, I'm coming. Hi. You're Blanche's daughter, the model. When it's time to return to Sicily, 3 different suitors beg her to stay. But she can't decide who to choose, so she chooses none of them. But she agrees to meet with them at the same resort many years later. To her trio of suitors, that eventful gathering was referred to as Rendezvous with Sophia. But to the rest of the world, it was better known as the Yalta Conference.
This old lady who lived up the street, she never smiled. I mean, she always looked angry. The kids said she'd kill anyone who even stepped on her property. We used to call her Mean Old Lady Hickenlooper.
Yeah, kids can be pretty cruel.
No, that was her name, Mean Old Lady Hickenlooper. She had it changed legally because everybody called her that.
Then how come your name isn't Big Dummy?
I'm afraid that would be an exercise in futility. There's not a vacant room in the city.
Girls, this is terrible. I mean, we're going to be on national television in 7 hours. We don't have any clothes, and now we don't have a place to sleep.
Look, I sympathize with your problem. For $75, you can sleep in the lobby, and I won't have you arrested for loitering.
$75? That's a lot of money.
I know, ma'am. That's why I want it.
The new director's gay.
A gay theater director. Did you ever hear such a thing?
It's absolutely shocking. Next thing you know, they'll have black basketball players in the NBA.
Just fine. Stan's format doesn't have to beg a woman to get into bed. Women come to me.
Yeah. Right after they get the approval number on your MasterCard.
Good night.
Oh, shut up.
I'll be right out. I just have to get some hard candy and my donut pillow.
Hi, Dorothy.
Come right in. Raymond, I'm afraid I have something to tell you. Oh, you shouldn't have.
I know. Shouldn't have done that either.
Yes, you should. Do it again. Blanche, what's with you and Rose?
I'll tell you what. This.
What is it?
Rose's diary.
What are you doing with it?
It was just lying out on the dining room table. I picked it up and the lock just popped right open. Just like this. Listen to this. Dear diary, I don't know how much longer I can stand living with these 2 pigs. There was a basket with candles and wine and 2 long stem glasses and a big blanket. We had a perfect evening.
Oh, that is beautiful, Blanche.
But isn't it a shame you didn't look behind the tree the first time? You could have had 2. Rose has been cooking. Yeah, and it turned out perfect. But I'm still upset.
You upset because you don't know what to do about Al?
No, Blanche. She's upset because Jimmy Swaggart can't cover his motel bill.
Hello, you must be Michael's mother.
And you must be Lorraine's mother. We weren't expecting you until tomorrow.
What do you think, Ma? Is she beautiful?
Oh, wow. He's really getting along great with his future mother-in-law.
Exactly what I paid for the one I ordered. They made a mistake. They charged me for the inexpensive bed. Merry Christmas from Neiman Marcus.
Sophia, she can't keep that bed. That'd be like stealing.
It's only stealing if they find out. Well, the bed's in my bedroom. Who's gonna know? Everyone who knows the bunt sign on the New York Yankees.
Honey, do you still think you can fly?
Yes.
Fine. Then if you're going to fly, you're going to have to take me with you. Do you still want to do it?
Absolutely.
I really should have paid closer attention during that refresher course back at the junior college.
Oh, my God. He's flying.
Hey, get up from the couch. Mama will be here any minute, and you look like a bum.
So what's the problem? She already thinks I'm a bum.
Salvador,
Yeah.
did you get me a present for Mother's Day?
Why? You're not my mother.
I'm the mother of your children.
1,000 nights of begging. 3 times you said yes. For that you want a present? It's not enough they declared a national holiday?
So where do you work? A bank, a department store?
Ocean Mist Retirement Hotel, Sundays noon to 1.
Ocean Mist. You know Molly Feinberg?
I don't think so. Wait a minute, you mean Molly Feinbaum?
I'm wrong. Ocean View, not Ocean Mist.
Feinstein, that's it. Gray hair, glasses.
Or is it Ocean Spray? Hit it.
This is boring.
I know how we could make the time go faster. We could sing a work song like they do on the railroad.
You know what your problem is, Blanche? You can't stand a little competition. Which is why you tried to keep this whole thing a secret from me.
Well, I noticed you're here too, Dorothy, so you tried to keep it a secret from me.
Hi, girls.
At 2, Judas.
No, it's me, Rose.
Tell me, how long does Rose have to take care of this pig before she gets the money?
As long as he lives.
Oh, forget it.
Well, I split the money with you girls.
Forget it.
How long does a pig live?
About 25 years.
Forget it.
How old is this pig?
29.
Welcome, baby. Are you saying that you put this under my bed?
But I was only trying to be helpful. I figured with those terrible bugs, you needed the rest.
Dorothy always looks like that.
Besides, it'll take a lot more than rest to get rid of those babies.
Listen, I have an idea. Why don't you all take turns hitting me with a 2x4?
So, Marguerite, what's your claim to fame?
I'm the housekeeper.
Yeah? You always wear a tiara to clean the toilet?
Ma, could I see you in the kitchen?
Hey, take it easy. I'm not Gumby.
I would say I always enjoyed talking to you when I'd come home from one of my numerous dates. And I would say I always looked up to you like an older sister.
Thank you, Blanche. Oh, and I forgot one thing. I would also say you're fat.
I mean, Reagan's only responsible for half the problem. I have to write to Gorbachev, too.
Rose, honey, you can't be serious.
Dorothy, I'm taking my troop on a camp out in 2 weeks. I don't want this nuclear nonsense spoiling our fun. A well-written, thoughtful, intelligent letter to Reagan and Gorbachev might just do the trick. Anybody know how many Z's there are in Tsar?
To be perfectly honest, she's closer to 10. Blanche, could I see you in the kitchen just for a moment? Was there anything we can get you? Coffee, tea, pair of Levi's? Why would he say he had an affair if he hadn't?
I'm sure I don't know. And I also don't know why you just assume I'm guilty. Can you give me one good reason why I would lie to you?
You're embarrassed because you seduced him. You're scared and you're guilty because you ruined his campaign.
3 good reasons.
Oh, shut up, Rose.
Ted, did I hear someone say you were a doctor?
He's not just a doctor. He happens to be one of the top neurosurgeons in the Midwest.
Get out of here.
He's also heavy into real estate.
No, it's nothing much, really. I just own a few mini malls.
Oh, your wife must be very proud of you.
Actually, we're divorced.
Oh, I'm terribly, terribly sorry.
Having a nice time, Dorothy?
Wonderful.
Me too. This reminds me of when we were kids and you and Stan double dated with me and Lois Burnham.
Oh, yeah, we went to Roseland and you and I did the jitterbug.
And afterwards to Louis for a malt?
Yeah. Oh, that's when Stan did his walrus imitation with the straws up his nose.
Meet me out front, Dorothy. I'm going to pull the car around.
But hold it. I told you last night, we don't do any driving until we've gone over all the rules in the driving manual.
What's to go over?
How much distance should there be between you and a fire hydrant?
What am I, a poodle?
Gotta go now. See you tomorrow night.
I can't believe this is happening. Our whole married life, I was so careful about money. And all the time Stanley had his hand in the cookie jar.
In the olden days, the Vikings had cut off your hand if they caught you stealing. They cut out your tongue if they caught you lying. They cut off your feet if they caught you trespassing.
Too bad there wasn't a Viking around when Stanley knocked you up.
Of course I didn't sleep with the teacher. You have to be very careful these days. I promised I would if he'd give me the answer. I call it safe teasing.
Well, you can just have them back. I've only cheated once in my life, and I vowed I'd never do it again.
Couldn't handle the guilt, huh?
No, I got caught.
See, you just have a little tickle in your throat. All right, come on, let's go. Come on, let's go.
Blanche, please, my body aches.
Well, so does mine, honey. That's why I want to go out on this date. Dorothy, you found a dress for the banquet. Oh, do you just adore it? Does it stir emotions deep within you? Could you just throw yourself down and die for it?
It's a dress, Blanche. It's not the Alamo.
Well, it must be pretty special. It took you 5 weeks to find it.
That's because I'm hard to fit.
I can see that, Dorothy. I'm not blind.
It's another one of your practical jokes. If I look through that, I'll get charcoal all around my eye.
All right, Dorothy. Fine. Why don't we just call a truce with a nice piece of peanut brittle?
Come on, Ma. The peanut brittle is an even older gag than the kaleidoscope. I'll open the can, snakes will come out. Honey, face it, I am too smart for you. I am not falling for any more of your practical jokes. Blanche, relax, honey. You look lovely.
Well, it's just that I'm so nervous about seeing Becky after such a long time, you know. I want everything to be perfect.
It will be.
But, you know, I haven't seen her about 4 years, Dorothy. I don't know what to say to her.
Johnny Carson had that same problem the other night with F. Murray Abraham.
Look, I've read and reread your list of demands.
Wait, McCracken. Before you begin, I want to tell you something. I'm no novice when it comes to major negotiations.
Oh, really?
Let me tell you a story. Picture it. Sicily, 1922.
Hi, Dorothy. Rose and I are thinking about going to the movies. You want to go?
Oh, I can't tonight. No, Barbara's taking me to the experimental theater downtown.
Somebody dragged me to a show there one time. 3 men paraded around the stage for 5 hours talking about God and eating graham crackers. They wore masks to cover their faces, but other than that, they were totally naked.
And you stayed through the whole evening?
Well, I would have left, but one of the actors looked so familiar to me.
I'm afraid we're all booked up.
First you give away our rooms, and now you're telling us you're booked up?
That's correct, madam.
It is? Hey, I'm pretty sharp for 3 in the morning.
Yeah, let me handle this. Nancy, honey. Now, I don't generally like to throw my name around, but you really leave me no choice. It so happens that I am Miss Andra Dickinson.
Here, have a taste.
Ooh. Hi, girls. Tell me, how did the audition for the play go?
Awful. We just got 2 tiny parts.
We're doing Sound of Music, and Blanche is mad because she didn't get the lead.
Oh, I can't believe that you weren't cast in the lead role. You've gotten it the past 5 years in a row.
Well, they hired a new director this year, and he has no taste.
Blanche used to sleep with the old one.
I know, and I want to go to bed, so you 2 kids, please, make up.
Yeah, fine, we're made up.
Thank you. Good night, the sweet dreams.
Dorothy, I know it's been a while, but try and control yourself. I need some rest. What the hell is that for?
You're not getting into this bed, Stanley.
Then where am I supposed to sleep?
On the floor like any dog.
Oh, fine.
It's whale blubber. And then there was the time they borrowed every ice tray in town to build an addition over their garage.
What was the point, Rose?
I guess after the baby came, they needed more room. Dorothy, can I ask you something?
I don't know what it means. I just don't like the possibilities.
No, I wanted to ask you, do you think Blanche has been picking on me lately?
I haven't noticed.
Hi, Blanche.
Must you always be so cheerful, you empty-headed Mary Poppins knockoff? We went for a date in his big old Packard. Well, halfway home, we ran out of gas. It was dark, it was cold, so we held each other close. Both of us knew right then and there this was the night. Sure enough, pretty soon the windows were all fogged up from the heat generated by our bodies.
It tastes like cheesecake, fresh strawberries, and chocolate ice cream.
My gosh, you're right. That is the best thing I have ever tasted.
Oh, this is delicious.
Hey, give me a break. You can't smell that from the hall.
Dorothy, if you're nervous about meeting Lorraine, I just think how nervous she must be.
Oh, I know. I'll never forget when I first met Stan's mother.
Can I ask a dumb question?
Better than anyone I know.
What color is black people's dandruff?
Rose, black people don't have dandruff. God figures they've been through enough already.
Not bad. You got another date with Captain Marvelous?
Mr. Terrific. I can see you didn't read many comic books when you were a child.
Hey, we had comic books in Sicily. My favorite was Benito the Hood. He lived in the forest with his band of merry thugs. Benito was very popular.
You mean because he stole from the rich and gave to the poor?
I said Benito the Hood, not Benito the Idiot. He stole from everyone and kept it for himself.
Hello, friends! It's me, Mr. Terrific!
There's only one way to handle this.
Rose, no! Rose, don't go out. Rose, come back here.
Don't worry, Dorothy. I was trained in psychology back in St. Olaf.
That doesn't count, Rose. In St. Olaf, they think that Freud is a way to cook chicken. Hello, Michael.
Okay, that's it. When she gets off the phone, we're going for lunch. I'm tired of listening to these lousy Mother's Day stories.
Sophia, don't you have a Mother's Day story?
I said I was tired of listening to lousy Mother's Day stories. I wouldn't mind telling a good one. Picture it, Brooklyn, 1957. The second Sunday in May. Dorothy had gone to pick up my mother and I was getting the house ready, which mostly meant trying to get my Salvador into a shirt with sleeves.
Laser beams, huh?
Give me a break, you old geezer. The sun's reflecting off the sand.
Who are you calling an old geezer?
What am I, Kreskin? How should I know what your name is?
If you didn't have your eyes zapped with some ray gun, you could read it off my identification badge here.
Alvin Newcastle Security Guard.
That's right.
Why don't you just buy the one that says Marshall, Dodge City?
This time, I think we have really hit the jackpot.
Oh, me too. This wedding consultant business is the smartest thing we've ever done.
I don't know. I'm a little nervous about tomorrow. I've never cooked for 300 people.
Please, in Sicily, we did it all the time. And we didn't have the modern conveniences you have today. We had to slaughter our own meat, prepare our own seasonings, and if the food wasn't perfect after cappuccino, they shot the cook.
Ma, you're making that up.
No, I'm not. Why do you think there are only 2 guys from Italy?
I can last just as long as you can.
Oh, Dorothy, please. I think I do have a little more endurance than you.
Blanche, we are not dancing on our backs.
You take that back.
I will not. You just implied that I'm an old lady.
Oh, well, honey, I didn't mean to imply it. I meant to say it flat out.
Maybe just a little around the eyes.
What in hell is going on here?
This is Baby. 5 times Blue Ribbon winner at the Minnesota State Fair. This sweet little thing was your uncle's pride and joy.
Oh, my God, that's the cutest baby I've ever seen.
Rose, come on, honey. There's no such thing as a love potion.
Sure there is, Dorothy. My grandparents got together because of a love potion. Well, actually, it was a foot salve Gramps accidentally swallowed. You see, Grandma was the nurse who pumped his stomach, but she was new and she attached the nozzle to the wrong place. Next thing you know, they were engaged.
Marguerite, I'd like you to meet my mother. This is my mother, Sophia Petrillo. Ma, this is Marguerite.
I'm pleased to meet you. Won't you join us?
Yeah, and pour me some of that champagne. I never know if I'm going to make it to New Year's. So what are we celebrating? Did the Supremes get back together?
Ma, you know, I really think you should go and lie down. You look exhausted.
Hey, I made it. I look like this in the middle of a dead sleep.
What would you say about me?
Dorothy, come on.
I told you. You can tell me.
All right. Well, I would say I always felt safe having you in the house.
Oh, come on, Ma. You can see your lips moving.
So? Well, a ventriloquist's lips aren't supposed to move, Sophia.
Is that common knowledge?
I'm afraid so, Ma. I mean, otherwise it would just be you talking with a sock on your hand.
Tough break, Sophia. 1 minute you're about to entertain the masses, the next you're back on a foot covering a corn pad. Now you know how Valerie Harper feels.
Start the press conference now. Where is Rose?
Oh, she left to pick up her cadet troop.
That's adorable. She wants to share this moment with friends her own age. You must be very proud of your daughter.
My daughter?
Friends her own age. Well, how old do you think Rose is?
Well, based upon her letter, we figure 9 or 10.
Sorry, Blanche.
I don't believe this. He just lied. Dorothy? Rose? Well, don't you girls believe me? Sophia?
I believe you, Blanche. Absolutely. Hello? I need a number for People magazine. The department that buys stories about politicians who sleep with sleazy broads.
So, Ted, what brings you to Miami?
Oh, I'll grab any chance I can to spend some time with the greatest guy in the world.
My kid brother still looks up to me.
As well he should. After all, Ted is just a doctor and a pillar of his community. Well, on the other hand, you were the king of padded toilet seats.
Hey, they sold real well for a while, even put our daughter through college.
They got me through some tough times, too.
Calcium, not caffeine. This is what has been keeping you awake.
You mean if I stop drinking that, I can sleep?
You may even blink again.
I've got to get to the counseling center.
Oh, honey, come on, take the day off, call them.
But those people need me.
What good can you possibly be to them?
Well, I'll be there. I'll smile, I'll nod. Fortunately, a lot of them hear voices. I'll just tell them one of them is mine.
I don't have that much experience with women.
A big, strong, handsome thing like you, get out of here.
Well, it was nice meeting all of you.
That was an expression, Sven.
You know, I never thought I'd say this, but I think Rose got the brains in that family.
Stanley, we have not been together for a long time. Your tax return is your problem.
Not exactly. You see, they've decided to go over the tax returns for the last few years, and a few years ago, we were still married. Babe, I'm afraid we're being audited.
What?
He said, babe, I'm afraid...
I heard him, Rose.
Rose, honey, what are you still doing up?
Studying for my Spanish test, like somebody else I know should be.
Don't strain yourself. Here.
Blanche, these are the answers to the test. Where did you get these?
I'll give you one guess.
You slept with the teacher?
I have been waiting for Larry to ask me out ever since our eyes first met at Dell's Route 1 Chevron. And I climbed up on the hood of his LeBaron and wrote my phone number on his windshield with the heel of my Papagallo pump.
Isn't that how Mrs. Simpson met the Duke of Windsor? Ma, if you didn't like the dress, you should have just told me.
Hey, I was trying to be helpful.
Asking if it came with a sign saying wide load is not being welcome. I will never, ever take you shopping with me again.
Fine. I'll shop at the mall by myself, then I'll be able to pee when I'm good and ready.
Being with a man is not the same thing as living with a man.
You're right, Blanche. Living with a man eliminates the need for an overnight bag and a stop at the drugstore.
And the need for marriage, family, and tradition. Not to mention wedding showers, catered affairs, the bridal registry at Burdine's.
And she doesn't have to know about you. How about tomorrow morning at 10?
Oh, that seems so dishonest. I mean, Blanche is a dear friend. It would be a betrayal.
Here I am, Laszlo. Did Rose manage to keep you entertained?
Yes, I find her charming.
Oh, Laszlo, that's what I love about you. You can tell a bald-faced lie and still sound sincere. I forgot my compact. I'll be right back.
Give me that key.
I said no reefers, okay? Goodbye.
You know, Sophia, the problems you're having at work remind me of something that happened back in St. Olaf.
Please, dust reminds you of something back in St. Olaf. I got work to do.
Oh, Ma, I moved some of your things into my room.
Why'd you do that?
Blanche's daughter arrives today. You're going to have to sleep with me.
Let me respond to that proposition the way your dates do. No thanks, I'll call you sometime.
Let's get down to business. I've got to get back to the chow wagon for the lunch rush.
Yeah, we'll just leave you to your negotiations.
Before we go, can we get you some milk or some double-stuffed Oreos?
No, thank you, ma'am.
Boy, he's tough.
Hi, Blanche. Have you decided who you're going to be at the masquerade ball?
Yes, I'm going as Eve from the Garden of Eden. All I'll need is a few strategically placed leaves.
What about a snake?
Oh, I already have a snake. I'm going with Hank Quinlan. He's a whiplash attorney.
Good morning. My name is Nancy. How may I help you?
We have 2 double rooms reserved under the name Spornak.
I'm afraid I just gave those 2 rooms away.
But we had a reservation.
Until 3 a.m. you're late. Therefore, the reservation is null and void. I'm sorry, that's company policy.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm from Sicily. You know what our company policy is? First, I break your knees.
Ma.
Hi, Sophia. Ooh, what you making?
Lasagna al forno.
Smells delicious.
Yeah, my great Aunt Nicolita used to say, making lasagna al forno is like crossing a river. If you roll up your pants, don't be surprised if you find clams nipping at your heels.
What you mean by that?
How the hell should I know? She was a hopeless alcoholic.
Who is it?
It's Uncle Angelo.
Come in.
Dorothy, would you do me a favor?
Oh, of course, Uncle Angelo, anything.
I want you to sleep with this man.
Forget it.
Please, I'm begging you as a man of the cloth.
Now I know how Jessica Hahn must have felt. Well, then maybe it's time that you went out and tried to make new friends.
It's not that easy to make new friends.
It sure wasn't for the first Eskimo family that moved to St. Olaf. Especially after they sawed a hole and went salmon fishing in the middle of the local ice skating rink. It's my fault.
He thought the only way he could keep me was if he had money to buy me expensive things. I gotta convince him to turn himself in. If he doesn't, I'll go to the police myself. It's the last time I let a man toy with my affections. From now on, it's strictly physical.
Rose, what in hell are you doing? It is 2 a.m.
Well, I couldn't sleep, so I decided to get up and make a batch of Sparehöven Krispies. It's an ancient Scandinavian midnight snack.
I guess after a night of pillaging and raping, a Viking wants a little something to go with his cocoa. I'm sorry, Rose. I'm sorry. I forgot it was a full moon.
Are Michael and Lorraine here yet, Dorothy?
No, but they should be any minute.
You seem a little nervous.
Oh, I am.
Are you nervous because you haven't met Michael's fiancée?
No, Rose. I'm nervous because if Sonny Bono gets elected mayor of Palm Springs, he's going to make all the postmen wear leather bell-bottoms and a fur vest.
Oh, Sophia, did they deliver my new bed?
Yeah, and they were here all day setting it up.
All day for that simple little bed?
Simple. I haven't seen so much brass since the brass knuckle and RV show at the Palermo Hilton.
I don't believe it, they delivered the wrong bed.
Blanche, do you think...
Not now.
What's her hurry? Didn't you see that enormous thing in her bedroom?
I thought she'd stopped seeing Roger.
Mr. Terrific can do anything.
Of course you can, Mr. Terrific. Rose, don't argue with him. Mr. Terrific, I think that Lex Luthor and the Joker are harassing an old lady in the stairwell. Could you come in and melt them with your X-ray vision?
Mr. Terrific doesn't have X-ray vision.
Please, Rose, this is no time to point out his shortcomings.
Well, of course, there were no flowers that year because of what happened to Old Man Smith. He was our town florist. He was also our town's only blacksmith. Come to think of it, he was our town's only black man. Anyway, when he first moved in, the town council decided to give him a traditional Scandinavian welcome, gathering on his front lawn and singing songs and dressing up in bed sheets.
Hello, xin chào các bạn nha. Hôm nay mình sẽ bầu quả ổi. Ổi đây là ổi mình chảy tại vườn nhà mình nên rất là đảm bảo và ngon. Ổi nhà mình trồng. Mình thích ăn những quả xanh xanh này, nó sẽ giòn hơn. Bây giờ mình sẽ rửa qua đi. Đây nha các bạn nha. Mình đã rửa qua đi ạ. Do ở nhà mình rồng nên là mình sẽ không phải ngâm. Mình chỉ rửa qua đi cho nó sạch thôi ạ. Vì ở nhà mình không có thuốc sâu gì hết. Thơm luôn các bạn ạ.